If Christians are not on the front line of social justice, then there's no point to us. If we're not out there fighting for people who are living under oppression and discrimination, then we're not awake.
When I drove by First Congregational, I had seen a pride flag waving proudly up in front of the church, and that was very striking for me, knowing that I'm a member of the LGBTQ community, and seeing that even members of that community are welcome in a church is rather rare, and that's really what got me interested in joining our community.
I had just come out as gay. I was a late bloomer. I was 40. And it was so amazing to me that it was a complete non-issue. It was like, okay, whatever. I mean, nobody cared. And I gotta tell you, 28 years ago, that was unusual. That was very unusual. It was lovely. And so that's why I'm here.
There was like a 10 or 15 year period where I didn't go to church very often or not at all, and then felt a desire to make that part of my life again. So I came to visit. That must have been 20 years ago now, and I've kept coming ever since.
At the center of Christian belief is love. It was important to us to find a church that lived that, where you could feel that message practiced and lived every day.
First Congregational is the church that I recognized as being affirming, caring, whose mantra every week is to love every single other. The actual phrases that we are an open and affirming church came out of the ministers' mouths and was part of the worship and the songs and everything.
For me, that means the world, because I grew up not feeling like I felt belonging. Despite what my background may be, I really felt like they love me no matter who I am.
They facilitated for us the ability to worship and minimize the shame that we had for like kids that would disrupt a service. It was really powerful to have that opening. So it's been 8 years. We've really just benefited so much from the community, and our kids have benefited so much from just being part of this community. The youth group, the Sunday school, they just love coming here. It's just been a really great place to raise our kiddos.
From that very first moment, we were welcomed, but the thing that I think made us stay was that feeling of community and connection to others. I think the church has also been an opportunity for us to figure out ways to volunteer in the community.
For, I think it was 26 years, we served a hot meal every Sunday night to anybody who wanted to walk through our door. And we never missed a Sunday. We did it in all kinds of weather. We did it on Christmas Eve. You could go on and on. And the wonderful thing that happened is that we were the first church who did that. And over time, it was sort of like a mustard seed. It sort of grew crazy. All of a sudden, other churches were doing it, and some churches were offering breakfast, and some churches were offering lunch. And so there came to be a point, not all that long ago, when in Manhattan, Kansas, a person who was in need could find a free meal, hot meal, every single night of the week. We now call in Manhattan Common Table. And so that was a huge part of the identity of this church, to keep that going for 25 years.
It's made volunteering easier, and it's made volunteering feel like something we can do with other people that we know and as part of a community.
First Congregational is just a really special church. The people are warm and friendly. They're caring, wanting to make sure people feel welcome, but even deeper than that, I think the congregation, we seek people who want to be engaged in the service and ministry that's so important to us.
We leave the sanctuary every week saying we love every single other, and that just made me feel like it was a safe space, kind of re-enter community of a church.
For those of you that are seeking a church, First Congregational will be the place where you will feel most belonged. You will be greeted with a smile, with a handshake. You will be sometimes greeted with hugs if that is something you're comfortable with. Our church accepts anyone, regardless of where your background is.
The church is also really strongly committed to The idea of we are to love our neighbors and to seek ways to act on their behalf, whether that's engagement in public awareness about community issues, whether that's feeding the hungry, whether that's being an advocate for groups whose rights are threatened. Those are all just really important parts of the mission of our church. And I think if one felt that that was an important way to engage with the community, then this is a wonderful place for them.